Bet I could, bitch, I bet I would. On the low, what's up with you, ho? Bitch, you smoking dro, bitch, you know, bust like 44 when I spit that.
The Flash premiere recap. Flashpoint with extraordinary force comes incredible duty to not do hopeless harm to the course of events. On the other hand, at any rate, I surmise that is the means by which the maxim goes. In any case, Barry Allen has done botched up in the third season debut of The Flash, which finds the world perpetually changed after he chose to stop his mom's demise. Flashpoint grabs 3 months after Barry changed history, and has substance with what has done to the world, which is one of the progressions from the first comic book story. In this course of events, Barry still has his pace. However, he doesn't utilize it on the grounds that there's another Flash circling sparing the day. Nowadays, Barry invests his energy watching this Flash battle another speedster called the Rival. Truly, he just stands there and watches, sparing inebriated Joe from inconvenience at work, and hanging out in Jitters attempting to gather the valor to address Iris. In this world, his mom was never executed, which implies that Barry never went to live with Joe and Iris West, which thusly implies he and Iris never got to be companions and lost touch after primary school. Along these lines, he needs to figure out how to meet her, which he does today. Their first meeting goes shockingly well, and their affinity is fairly beguiling. When he gets over his anxious stammering, he's ready to ask her out and she says yes. As such, this substitute timetable doesn't appear to be too terrible? Gracious! I figure I talked too early. In spite of the fact that everything's incredible with Barry and his family, the same can't be said of the Wests. In this course of events, Detective Joe West is a plastered who can scarcely make it to chip away at time, on the off chance that he figures out how to really wake up. Despite the fact that they don't have any acquaintance with each other, Barry still tries to cover for Joe at work. Joe's go-wrong drives home the amount Barry screwed by running into the past, most likely more than whatever else. Back in season 1's The Man in the Yellow Suit, Joe told Barry embracing him infused their home with some genuinely necessary light and love. "I require my Barry Allen," he said. Also, it's reasonable from where he is presently that he wasn't being hyperbolic. We, the group of onlookers, can't get Barry by the shirt and tell how, justifiably, imbecilic he was to change history. Gratefully, there's somebody in the show to do that, the Reverse Flash, aka Gilbert Thawne. His identity caught in a velocity confirmation confine. Despite the fact that us being managed on a conflicting eating routine of Big Belly Burger, Gilbert is wired watching Barry stay unaware of how much inconvenience has brought on. "This isn't your home," says Gilbert. "This is a hallucination that will end us both unless you let me out." In any case, Barry doesn't notice and dashes off for his date with Iris, which is going exceptionally well until he has a cerebral pain and begins overlooking things from his unique course of events. He dismisses it as only a cerebral pain. Yet then their date is allowed short when news some breathing room of the Flash and the Rival battling. Both Iris and Barry need to keep running off. Barry lands on the scene without a moment to spare the Flash from falling a few stories and passing on. He gets him, and afterward finds that Wally West